Look at it from this lens. We're all been given the opportunity of Seva, whosoever has got that, as a sadhana, with the intention that this sadhana must remove my old self and create a new self in me. It must be a transformational process. All the old tendencies that I'm carrying so far, which I've built as part of my behavior, my character, I must get rid of all of that. That baggage that I'm carrying, I must get rid of all the baggage. Hence, my drishti, my eyes, my focus, my intention must only be on inner transformation. And inner transformation will not work unless you lose hold of these old patterns. Unless you're willing to remove these old layers.
So Gurudev, we'll start with our first question. This is anonymous. And the question is, Namaskar Gurudev. I want to ask about your message for us working with more cohesion and togetherness as a Sangha. I too want this, but I also see how I struggle with it. I'm used to things working in a certain way in my career. How do I reconcile that style of working with my volunteering role at Saadho?
And that's what the sadhana is all about. We're all used to working in a certain way, living our life in a certain way. What we say, I am used to doing things in certain way, meaning there is an old programming in me, and now even in this present moment, I do everything based on that old programming. There's nothing new in that. I live my life with these old patterns. That's what we are saying. Number one. Number two, please look at it carefully. In our career, in our jobs, in our business, the whole intention of us doing whatever we are doing, be it a job, business, or whatever, our intention to do that and our relationship with what we do and people all around, our relationship is very transactional. I do this and I get this in return. Mark this word. It's a transactional relationship. Rather, we should not even call it a relationship. There is no relation. It's only transaction intention happening there. And what's the deeper intention behind our work that we do there is power, money, gain in our position, an inward complex saying that I know it all. Because if you manage a team of, X number of people, you start to gain this supremacy saying that I know it all and I must tell you how to do this, kind of a mental scenario. So all of that we do, which then builds our identity. And this identity says, I know everything. This identity says, I am doing this because I want my next promotion, because I want people to clap for me, appreciate me. I am somebody. You're just not doing it because of some insecurity. Within that, you're doing all the work in the world outside, in your job, in your career. Because you want to feel this sense that I am somebody. Please look at me, please respect me, please listen to me. And more senior in career you go, more of this ego starts to build in. It's very rare to see leaders who are extremely humble, who are truly team players. So that transactional way of working has made all of us very lonely. We don't have friends there. We have our teams, our colleagues, but no friends. Because all the time in our mind, some kind of inner politics is also playing on. And in that sphere of career, nobody is coming and teaching us or telling us, purify your bhava, purify your inner intention. That's how the world operates, in a very transactional manner. So when you work with that transactional manner, it builds identity. When you do work with that identity, it builds a very strong sense of ego. And all of this then comes in. And then you say, I've built a certain way of working. Now you come into Seva, which is volunteering. First mistake that we do is we bring the old self when we do the volunteering. Well, the whole problem is with this old self. All your suffering, all your loneliness. Please listen to this carefully. All your inner suffering, all your loneliness is because of the way you've built this old self. And when you bring the old self into the sphere of Seva, Sangha, volunteering, you bring the same attitude. Please understand, volunteering is an opportunity. We get the opportunity to do certain seva that is assigned to us. For the very first time, we start to look at life and the work that we are doing as part of volunteering as non-transactional. For the very first time in life, we've been given the opportunity to do something which will transform me. No transaction in that. But how will that transformation happen? What's the essence of doing volunteering? Why do we do volunteering? Why do we do seva? What's the essence, the core essence of this? And the core essence is, this too is part of sadhana. And through this sadhana, something in me must get transformed. The old self, which is the source, which has become the source of my suffering and my loneliness, that old self need to be transformed. And I've got this playground of volunteering, of seva. It's a playground to work on my old self, to remove all the layers that are causing suffering, that are causing isolation, and start to transform myself, realize who I am. That's the essence of seva. It's just not task oriented. Yes, tasks are given, because that is how we proceed with the work. But don't get stuck with the task. What will you achieve if even now when doing the volunteering you are the big boss? You're the head of volunteers. Or everybody listens to you. Or you become commanding. Or you play the inner politics. The whole corruption of the mind, if you bring it here, what will we gain? If no inner transformation happen, what will we gain? Then the whole exercise, the whole opportunity that's been given to us gets wasted. Look at it from this lens. We're all been given the opportunity of seva, whosoever has got that, as a sadhana, with the intention that this sadhana must remove my old self and create a new self in me. It must be a transformational process. All the old tendencies that I'm carrying so far, which I've built as part of my behavior, my character, I must get rid of all of that. That baggage that I'm carrying, I must get rid of all the baggage. Hence, my drishti, my eyes, my focus, my intention must only be on inner transformation And inner transformation will not work unless you lose hold of these old patterns. Unless you're willing to remove these old layers. That's number one. Number two, through the seva, one, the inner transformation is happening. Two, the creation of sangha is happening. Because please look at it. The way we've lived our lives so far, we've all have become utterly lonely. This loneliness is anti-nature. It saps your energy. Human beings are not meant to live a lonely existence. But this old way of working, dealing, relating with the world in a very transactional space has made us very, very lonely. With loneliness, it's very difficult to enter into deeper sadhana because something in the hridaya, which is heart, is blocked. Why is there loneliness? Because something in the heart is blocked. For the very first time in life, we get the opportunity to remove the layers of loneliness and start to connect with each other. But again, deeper connections cannot happen even within a family if your intention is always transactional in nature and not contributory in nature. So for the very first time, you get a field, a playground to create this sangha where you start to pour your energies to nurture people around you, to nurture friendship around you, to nurture deep acceptance-based, respect-based relationships all around you. For the very first time, you enter into this play where you're not seeking to take anything out of this creation of sangha, but you pour your energies to nurture this community. It's a process of pouring in. But is this even possible if you're carrying the load of your old self? With all judgments, with all way of leading the world with authority, with all wanting to prove to the world that you are the only right person in the room. With that inner politics, it's not your problem. This is what we have gathered from the world outside. And sadhana is the path to remove this dirt that we've gathered and to become the pure self that we already are. But it's a journey. And in that journey, you must be willing to let go of that old pattern, old self. I'll give you a task to do. When you sit in meditation today, tomorrow, sometime, in your silence, reflect. Write down the things that you're carrying from your old patterns. What are the issues there? Issue of power, issue of supremacy, issue of politics, issue of feeling that you are the only right person. All these issues, you please write down. Issue of looking at every interaction as a transaction. Every interaction we look at as a transaction. Write all of that down. And then take a sankalpa. Sankalpa is a resolve. Once you identify these 5 issues, take a resolve that through this opportunity of volunteering, process of this sangha creation, I must work with these 5 tendencies of the past. These tendencies that are creating deeper suffering and loneliness. Process 2. Feel in your heart a deep gratitude that you've got this opportunity. Believe you me, not everybody gets this. If the divine chooses you to be his or her instrument, if the divine is choosing you to be the instrument, by way of some volunteering, some seva, creation of some sangha, consider it as a blessing. And once you feel that level of gratitude, then start to write down what it is that you must do to remove this old pattern. And let's the old pattern says that I am the boss, let's say, or I know what is right, let's say, or I do these selective conversations with selective people, all kinds of tendency we carry. Write down the path you will take to break that, actions that you will do to break that. I would say start from the action bit, outward, inward approach. Most of the time, I've said in many satsangs, I'm repeating it again, there are three faculties that work in us: thoughts, words, and our actions. In matters of these, what you're understanding right now is through the thoughts. Good, park it. Now when you go sit and do this work that I'm asking you to do, it's like creating a blueprint of the transformation that you want to see in you. And now approach it first through action. So let's say if somebody has the tendency of talking to just a selected few people and infusing their point of view in them, let's say, create an action where you consciously say, I shall not do that. I shall call upon a meeting, bring all the 10 people on the table or on a call and speak my heart out to them. I don't do it selectively. You follow what I'm saying. This is how you start to create a space which we call the safe space of openness. Start small, but this is how you start to break your tendencies, break your patterns. Please understand, if even while doing the seva, you're not focused on breaking your old patterns, there's a serious problem then. Then what we are doing, the way you lived in the world outside, now you're bringing the same thought process, you're bringing the same mind into an ashram also, into a spiritual space also. It will not benefit anybody. So please enter into this zone with a deeper commitment to your own self. You're not doing it for anybody else. Deeper commitment to your own self that you're doing this so that a deep inner transformation happens. So these are some of the thoughts, some of the sutras I'm sharing with you. Grasp them. Do work accordingly on your own self. We're here all to help each other so that each one of us can work on our own selves. You're not working on anybody else, but you're just holding the hand, supporting, nurturing, nudging, inspiring. And you can only do all of this, please remember. You can only nurture somebody, you can only inspire somebody, you can only nudge somebody once you've worked on yourself. But one of our pattern is, we don't work on ourselves, but we go out and teach everybody. Don't do that. That's what we've been doing all our life, and it has not led us anywhere. It has not transformed anything in us. Please don't repeat that. First look within. Work with your own nut bolts. Gain the adhikara which is the strength and which is the command from Shiva, from Guru, and you will get that command when you are ready to nudge, inspire, guide people around you. Before that, it's all your own inner work. Clean that up first. If we all look at our own cleansing, our own purity, this Sangha will be a very beautiful place. This world will become a very beautiful place. But the problem with the world is everybody wants to transform the other. Nobody wants to transform oneself because that's deep work. And that's painful work. You've got to remove your layers, cut your layers. But we are too attached to our own identity. Even if that identity is causing deep suffering in us, even if that identity has made us isolated from rest of the world, we still holding on to that identity, those lower tendencies, because of our deeper tendency of getting attached. So we get attached even to dirt. Please understand all this. Yes, it's good, deep, beautiful inner work. And if you don't do this, and you think just by sitting 2 hours in your meditation practice something will happen, I'm sorry. Nothing will happen. Because unless this deep work is done, unless the commitment to transform the self is there, no technique will come and help you. No practice, no sadhana will come and help you. Living this, working this way is the sadhana. This is what transforms human being. This is what transformed Gautam to become Buddha. There is no other way. Yes? You've got to really look within and work on yourself. Hope it helps to build a beautiful community, beautiful you, the more pure you, the absolute pure you that you already are. Thank you.